Welcome to the Swerve Show. We should probably get closer, shouldn't we? Can we get closer?
Why does that feel like we're crooked?
Yeah, we do look a little crooked.
It's like the table is upside down.
Look at that. Welcome to the Swerve Show, y'all. It is Wednesday, July. Oh, yeah, it's still crooked. July, what, 24th? Oops, and we're having technical difficulties live TV.
We're having some testicle
and you
difficulties.
There you go. Center us.
There we go.
All right. Look at the fix for the camera. A paper clip and some duct tape, and voila.
We are all over.
All right.
We are all too old to be crooked.
We sure are.
We
are crooked. We're still kind of crooked. We're not centered or something, but we're gonna live with it.
It's a Republican working a camera.
It's the Russians.
The Russians.
Cyber warfare. Yeah. You know, that's what I think that blackout was, cyber warfare. But anyway,
cyber warfare.
We'll talk about it. Okay, well, I'm Jamil Fletcher, the publisher of Swerve Magazine, and we have to my left Tony Nelson, the one and only Miss WTF.
Ooh, we love you.
And we have the one and only Racine Pendarvis.
Salutations.
And Yarday's not with us tonight.
Oh, thanks for falling. That's somebody's cursed their gun.
It was my gun.
This is crooked, and something is quite not right.
Yeah, we're not centered. We're not on edge.
It's
but
you know what? It's so.
It got me feel like I'm having a stroke.
I know. I'm like something is not right.
I need some alcohol. Okay.
Oh my God.
Come on, y'all. We got a packed show, so we got to keep it moving. It's
show.
all about comedy tonight, y'all, and we've got two special guests. Can we turn that phone down? Thank you, guests. There you go.
Child, we tell the people in the studio to please turn their phones
We got comedians in the house. Anthony Oakes.
Hey.
Hello. And Miss Chocolate, right?
Oh, we're so wonderful.
Well, before we bring them on, we're going to go through some stuff real quick. So, Of course, our July-August issue is Hot on the Stands. Actually, it should have hit the streets over the last few days, and it's featuring what? Giselle Barbie Royale. Can we show that image?
Love it.
Do you have the image? You do? No image? Oh, okay, here it is. It's coming. Oh, there it is. All right. Look at her. Doesn't she look fabulous?
She has bosoms.
She's got curves. The curves are all over the place.
Those are mama's guns.
Is that your dress?
That is my dress. I loaned it to her for that photo shoot. I want it back. She never gave it back. So I want it back.
You can go get it. There's some music coming in from somewhere.
I'm going to come down to Florida.
And there's a great piece. And actually, Savannah Wanzer called me today, and she said she really loved this piece called "Why Aren't We Protecting Black Trans Women?" That was written by P.J. Moten out of Dallas.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a great piece. I hope you read it. So anyway, make sure you check it out and give us some feedback on it. Also, we have advertising opportunities both within the magazine and on the show. Just show us your budget, and we can make it happen. And actually, I did reach out to
Strong J. Kelly?
Not Strong J.
But she has a budget.
But Zakia.
You reached out to Zakia?
Zakia, yes, Zakia.
She has a budget.
And she was sick, yeah, so we're scheduled to talk. Yeah,
she's scheduled to talk.
I'll reach
and
out to
Strong J is watching the game.
Strong J, let's schedule a time to talk.
She has a budget. She has a budget.
Strong J, how do I reach Strong J? Please connect me, because I don't know if I have his number.
Strong J, I'm going to connect you with Mr. Jamil Fletcher.
Yes, your people and my people can get together.
Because, I'm part of the Strong J team, of that team.
I know. So they get the special price.
You're the host of Lipstick Review.
Yes, and they get the special price.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. It's all negotiable.
Yeah, so we got a lot of things going on. So let's talk about what's going on in our lives.
Yes, real quick. So with me, I'll just tell you, I mean, it's been a packed weekend. I did see the Donny Hathaway play, Twisted Melodies.
How was it?
And it was phenomenal. 5 stars, whatever.
They go into his whole bipolar schizophrenia.
It's a one-man show, and I tell you, you don't realize that he goes through the whole thing. He sings, he acts, he freaks out. He talks about, the whole mental health issue. It was 80 minutes, and I didn't move. I tell you, it went real quick, and it was staged so well.
I hear it's so good.
So everyone should go see it.
And I caught the last weekend, and it was sold out.
Apparently, the speakers used to talk back at him when he would record.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that last album with Roberta Flack. That's why they cut it short, because the speakers were speaking back at him, and he flipped out in the studio.
Oh, he played all that out. The shadows. Him, somebody following him, and all that. Wow. Oh my God!
So go see it if it comes to your city. It's a part of the Black Film, the Black Theater Festival. So
Is it? Is it coming back?
No, it's on.
It's on tour.
It's on tour.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on tour, like when we used to tour, but we didn't call it tour. We called it trip.
Chitlin Circuit. So anyway,
So what's going on with Tony?
That's what I did, Mr. Nelson. What's going on with
happening
you?
with you?
Well, of course, coming this Sunday, I will return to Mr. Henry's with Strange's Lipstick
That's the
Review.
Sunday. I can't make it.
We are going to be a fabulous show because once again, my the Batman to my, I don't want to be Robin, but I'll be Batgirl, is coming to town.
Who's that? Maxine
Blue.
Okay.
And we're going to do a little.
We got to bring Maxine on the show.
We should bring Maxine on the show. Maxine's going to be in town, and we're going to be together at the Lipstick Review with Jasmine Blue's going to be our very special guest. We got so many people coming.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
That's at the legendary Mr. Henry. Speaking of,
do we have an image?
Donny Hathaway. I
don't have
I'm
an
going to
image.
put my image.
Okay.
But speaking of Donny Hathaway, that's one of the places where he was discovered with.
Was he
He used to
performing
perform there also when he was in college. So I'd like.
He's also HU girl.
I'd like
Yes, he
for
is.
everyone to stop by and see us. And this weekend, I'm going to see with my mom Aladdin.
Oh, okay.
It's at
The
Kennedy
play
Center.
or
Yeah.
the film? The play?
The play.
It's at the Kennedy Center
My mom
here in
was
Washington, D.C.
My mom was very specific. She did not want to see Will Smith play the genie. She wants to see the genie play the genie. And that was her words of it. I want to see the genie play the genie. I don't want to see Will Smith play the genie.
I love it.
Well, you
So
tell us
we're
how it
amazing.
is. Because if you love it, I'll go see it.
So we're going to go. But my brother went to see it this past weekend and said it was nothing short of magnificent.
Okay.
And my brother's a hardcore, don't
Theater
say
person?
Well, no, he's a person that won't say anything great about anything, but for him to rant about it says a lot.
Well, it must be.
So
Yeah.
we're
So
gonna
that's
go.
a lot of
And
things.
it is
to
at the
follow
Kennedy
that.
Center.
It's
So
at the
follow
Kennedy
that.
Center, so they're gonna raise it. And
They're going to bring the
I have
top.
third row seats. And
Oh,
that's
of course.
fabulous. That's
They're
because you're
not,
Tony
they're not on
Nelson.
the. They're not on the corner like when we went to see Color Purple.
Oh no! I went through Michael Bill to get these seats, and I'm going to be sitting, and then I'm going to be upstairs in the Russian room
for a
between-
reception.
Well, between sets, doing the intermission.
Oh.
Because he's a member, so I can
For
go upstairs.
concessions and refreshments.
Russian-
too.
Exactamundo.
And the Russian room. So there's some things going on with
So
me.
what's
I
going
think
on with
you
you,
have a few
Racine?
images.
I think I have two flyers
Yes,
for you.
so pull them up.
I think we have. There it is. There it is.
The Ask
August
Racine
7th.
Show, August
Featuring
7th. Yes. In our listening lounge, you will be Nia Simmons. And the burlesque performer will be B.B. Bardot.
That's a great night.
Wonderful, wonderful guest
August
DJ
7th.
will be JJ Rosie. And our guest announcer will be the one and only Anthony Oakes.
Hi,
So
boys.
please, it is Wednesday, August 7th. Please remember to come. It is free and the invitation is for everyone.
All
So
right.
please come out. It's at HRC. It's for
The Human Rights Campaign building
So
here in
please
Washington,
remember
D.C.
to follow us on all forms of social media. That's RAYCEEN. So I do believe you have another image.
Yes, we do.
The Outright.
Outright.
The Outright, which is the LGBT book festival. It kicks off Friday, August the 7th, hosted by Rebecca King with tarot, ziodes, raffles, book sales, poetry, craft, and more. Free and open to the public. Saturday, August 3rd, the Outright Festival at the D.C. Center.
I might be able to make
We'll
that.
be at the Reeves Center, 14th and U, from 10
This
a.m.
is in Washington, D.C.,
Yes,
y'all.
it is, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., featuring Kristen, Jericho Brown, Wu Chan, free and open to the public. Vendor tables are available for $75. Sunday, August 5th, is the Outright Workshop at the DC Center, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, go to Outright DC.
Are you
on Twitter
hosting this, Racine?
and Facebook. I am doing Quick and Dirty, and I'm doing 2 events there. So follow all of that. Follow me on all forms of social media, and we will keep you informed. Next week, our guests will be Gina Nicole Brown, along with Chris Thomas, who are authors who are part of the Outright Festival. So please tune in next week and see them. We'll talk about that and we'll celebrate that. The theme tonight is laughter is the best medicine. So ladies and gentlemen, without further
Does he have a
ado,
microphone?
I'd like to open up the stage to our first guest, the one, the only, the incredible comedian, actor, author, wonderful, everything. Anthony Oakes.
Renaissance man.
Okay.
Come on, Anthony. Woo! There we go.
How's it going? LGBT, make people make some noise.
Yeah!
Yeah, where's my hetero people? Hetero, make some noise.
They're downstairs.
Where are they?
Straight lives matter.
There they go.
unicorn. I'm just really glad to be gay. I didn't know that I was gay. I just thought I was really into like men's fitness magazines.
Is this mic on?
Is this mic on?
He's out of focus a little bit there. DZ.
We're gonna try here. We can start over.
Okay.
Testing,
We're
testing,
experiencing
testing.
technical
Live
difficulties.
television, y'all. I don't hear anything.
And
We having problems with the microphones. You want to use this one?
All right.
He's a little out of focus there.
to kill a comedian.
There he is.
Yes.
Testing, testing. All right, there we go. LGBT people, make some noise. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. As I said before, when you couldn't hear me, I'm proud to be gay. I love being gay. I didn't know that I was gay. Little clues I had. It was difficult growing up in church, being gay. My parents were ministers. I think it's weird. You're a child and you're in church and somebody tells you that you're going to hell. That's crazy, right? It's like, the whole time I was like, what am I going to be wearing in hell? Probably something backless, you know what I'm saying? Like Miss Chocolate. It's weird growing up in the household. My parents were ministers. You couldn't do stuff we couldn't watch. We couldn't watch Thundercats. That was of the devil. Everything was of the devil. I would be in my room trying to get to know my body. When you're coming into puberty, And my dad would take the door off the hinges. Oh. Yeah. Ain't no closed doors in his house. Oh. So where's the next place that you go?
The bathroom.
The bathroom. That's what I thought. Let me tell you. My mom would come on the other side of the door and be like, Anthony, what are you doing in there? Jesus is watching.
Poor Jesus.
I know. So for the longest time, I thought Jesus was gay too. Oh. Like, Jesus, why are you watching me? Oh. Well, I'm just saying, Jesus, I'm going to tell your father. But I love my mom. But give DC a round of applause. We're here in DC. They roll out the red carpet for the LGBT community. We have, 5 prides? 5. We have really more, because it's like, Black Pride, 100. White Pride, Capital Pride, Canine Pride. Like, if your dog is gay, they have one for that. And I love what they do to the Metro. Have y'all heard the new Metro announcements?
No.
Yeah. So they decorated for Capital Pride. They decorated the Metro with the rainbows, and they changed the announcements. You know how it used to be like when you're standing on the inside of the cart, and it's like, closed. Please stand clear of the closing doors, Miss Thing. You ever heard that one? Or my favorite one was, is that your bag? It's fierce. I like that one. So look, my name is Anthony Oakes. I host the show every first Wednesdays. We're going to talk about it a little later on in the show at Bus Boys and Poets every first Wednesday at 450 K Street. I love Swerve Magazine. Thank you guys for this time. Back to you.
We love you too.
All right,
we
y'all.
love Anthony.
We love Anthony. Yes, we do. All right. Thank you, Anthony. Well, that sets the tone.
Okay.
That sets the tone. We're going to go from some funny stuff back to some serious stuff, and then we'll get back to some funny stuff. So let's hit some news real quick, y'all.
All right.
We got.
There's a lot going on.
This was a special case.
Quita.
Michael Johnson was freed after serving 5 years. He's the gentleman that was arrested for transmitting HIV, knowing that he was transferring HIV to other people. He was falsely accused, and he was sentenced to 30 years. And there was a grassroots effort throughout our community to get him free. And after serving 5 years, he actually walked free last week. So hats off to him. Which one
was he?
He was the gentleman on the left. He was a wrestler. I don't know if you remember. You don't remember the case? He was a college wrestler, and they arrested him for transmitting HIV. And so it was a big issue around whether this was the beginning of criminalizing HIV. for the
You
most
don't
part.
remember that? It was a very big,
It was a big issue.
A big
Yeah.
issue. A
Missed
very
that
big
one.
issue.
So, and through the work of Counter Narrative in Atlanta and a group of people, he's now free. And Akio Patterson was also, Akio's a wrestler. You know, he did our sports issue with him. And we got to bring Akio on the show to talk about sports. And that was a big case. Because, I mean, if he had served, you know, if he was going to be penalized for that, that would discourage people from getting tested. Because if you're then tested now, you're liable if you transmit it to other people. It's a big issue. Yeah. Anyway, that happened.
Wow.
Okay, and there's silence
I
in the
know
studio.
it was stop because it's so deep.
Because you
It's very
gagged me.
deep.
Because
No,
you
it's very
gagged
deep.
me.
It's very deep. Yeah.
Very- It is
You
very
literally
deep.
gagged me. Right
And
there.
we're going to do something in Swerve about it. I know Charles Steffens from Counter Narrative in Atlanta, they really were the forefront of that movement. So
Yeah,
anyway.
so we got some more things going on. Tell
Yes,
us
we
what
go.
else is happening.
Mueller testifying to Congress. What do y'all think about that?
Child, was
Oh, no, not that. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. That's okay. All right.
you
Because
know-
I didn't see it. Did y'all see it?
I didn't even watch part of it because it was just a mess.
Have y'all ever seen?
No one saw it?
I saw it
What I watched,
'Cause
she
I
didn't
was-
say anything. What was going on?
because I was homesick today.
Oh, is
What
that
was
what
the
it was,
question?
Sick?
I was homesick. I was homesick all week, but well, under the weather. I don't want to claim sick, but who remembers Bewitched? Her Aunt Clara.
It was a
He
lot of
seemed-
bad.
the highlights I
I was
saw, he
just like-
seemed very nervous.
Well, for someone,
And I didn't understand that.
Well, someone who's so highly lauded with all this stuff that they put on him, he was woefully
terrible.
unimpressive to me.
Right.
I mean,
I think he might.
I believe they,
I said somebody must.
You know,
They must
it
have death
I think
threats after
somebody
him.
got to him.
I
think
believe
somebody
they all.
got to
I
him.
believe they're all working, and I think the Russians got to him.
Somebody got to him
I think they're all working
because
together.
he looked petrified to me.
They're all working together with Trump. This is the
They
man.
probably got some of his grandchildren or somebody tucked away and was giving. Okay, now look, when you go to
Look,
testify,
I got
if
this
you
little
say the
bastard
wrong
about
thing,
you.
you won't see Tommy. You will not see Tommy or Becca or Sarah or Becky with the good hair. We're gonna cut off her hair.
Something
and she's
was
not
going
coming
on
back.
because he was saying
It
stuff
was terrible.
and not saying.
Well, they were
stuff.
saying they were saying. I read an article after where they said the optics for the Democrats with this were just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a slam dunk.
No, it was not a slam dunk. It's going to put him right back in Trump back in the office.
Well,
It's
yeah.
very scary.
Well, I think
but moving right along.
Does it come on the next day? Is it happening tomorrow too?
No, he's
He's
done.
done?
They just
We're
let him stop
done. So
talking.
I need to watch
We got
MSNBC
more
and see
stuff
what's going
going
on.
on in the news. So let's go to the next.
Come on.
topic.
Okay, now the NCAA. I mean, not NCAA. NAACP has. You know, they had their conference this past week, and they have unanimously put forth a resolution to support what? Impeachment.
Oh, child, please.
That was a big deal. But think about it. Have you seen that on the news? They're holding their national conference.
But I know,
haven't seen
but
it.
you know what? But at the end of the day, they got so much stuff they need to really work on more.
They need
and
to-
we are so disjointed when, especially with the millennials, when it comes to the NAACP. It's such a big disjoint. Let's get that together first. Y'all talking about impeaching the president. Let's talk
Well,
about
they
some
voted
real
for
issues.
impeachment.
Well, let's talk about the whole Democratic Party. Y'all need to stop worrying about impeachment and start worrying about a message, some kind of message.
Well, they are doing that.
No,
They gotta
they're
do
not.
both.
No, they're not because they
Yeah,
have
they are.
they have absolutely nothing. They have absolutely nothing that they can say that Donald Trump is not successful in turning around and making them look bad about it.
Elizabeth
How
Warren's
did-
put forth all of that.
How did that whole send them home thing become a win for Donald Trump?
But that is,
They have,
that's the pundits. That's not the candidates. The candidates
I'm not
have
talking.
put forth agendas
I'm not talking
around
about
fixing
I'm
some
not
things.
talking about the candidates. I'm talking about the party as a whole. The Republicans are very united. This Democratic Party, it seems to be very disjointed. And
Well,
they're
first of all,
going-
we got
they-
420 people running.
Well, I'm not even
So-
but I'm not even talking about the people who run. I'm talking about the party in itself. The message. There's no singular message. There's so many different things going on, and everybody's worried about impeaching this man. And everything. Listen to it. Everything that comes out about Trump, Trump is able, and the Republicans are able to manage to turn it around.
Well, he's a president. The president has the bully pulpit.
The president might
around
have the bully
media.
pulpit, but they as stupid as this man is, they should have something. They should be rehearsed. They should have something better to come back at him. They never do. They always seem like they feel like
well,
just like
well,
this.
he keeps them off guard because he keeps changing.
Just
things.
and they don't know this yet.
Yeah.
They don't realize
should.
this yet. Then they just like they got Mueller up in there and they let him the whole time. I'm just like, what the hell are you all doing?
Part of it is Nancy Pelosi's not really willing to really go after him. She's not leading. She's trying to stay moderate.
Maybe she realizes to go after him is to give him the election.
It's a lot. So at the end of the day, that's a lot. So let's move
that's
on.
my hope. But real
that's
quick,
heated.
That's my whole
Did
point.
Racine say move on?
Yes, let's move on.
But can I say this real quick? That's my whole point. If they either need to come together and decide as a group they're gonna go after him, or as a group that they're not gonna go after him.
Right,
but
right.
This whole divided bickering between the different camps in the party is what's going to cause.
And this is really important. This is really
we've got
fair
some
for the
work to
process.
do, and we need to come together as a Democratic Party.
Okay.
We need to come up with a strong slogan,
campaign,
we really it needs to be about empowerment as a group, as a team, as a party.
They need
so
to get,
moving
I
right
thought
along.
we was moving on, Racine.
We are moving on. We moving on.
Okay,
like
so
on
moving
Soul
on.
Train.
We're
So
moving
what's
on.
hot?
What's hot? Okay, so real quick, y'all. Pose. What did y'all think of the last few episodes?
The last episode last night.
You didn't see it, did you, Tony?
Tony lived it, so we ain't watching it. Okay, so look, there were a lot of people, even the comedians in the
haven't
background.
seen it.
They haven't seen it. Let me just say this.
is it losing its luster?
No, let me
No,
say,
actually, it was great.
it was very powerful. It dealt with,
Oh man.
let's say this, and without giving away a lot. It talked.
no, they should have seen it by now.
It spoke to the issue of the effects of the AZT. And the
they dealt with
cons.
they really
And-
kind of brought the HIV issue to the forefront again.
And it was very powerful. And what I loved about it, and I'll just say this, it was cleverly written. Candy J, I do believe, was the writer, and I love her.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's an amazing woman, amazing.
And Patty LaPone, what's
and
her
her
name?
character's
She
fabulous.
performed.
So
Patty
what I
LaPone
loved
performed.
about that, and I'll say
Yes.
this: kudos to Pose.
She was good.
And spotlighting how music is healing, and the importance of music and how it heals those who are ill. So we'll go on to the next topic. And those who did not see it, you should have DVR'd it.
And because I think
Go
next
on
week,
demand.
next week I think they're gonna. I thought they were gonna do it this week. They set up Tracy Africa's story last week because the
Ain't Patty
girl that's
LaPone in
playing
that too?
she is.
Are we moving on?
Yeah, we are.
Got to move on
Real quick,
For the
the
sake
girl,
of time.
the girl that's playing the model mentioned
You're way too.
two episodes.
Don't tell no more.
I am going to say because she did it 2 episodes ago. She
I
said
know, but you're telling
that she's
them.
doing she was testing for the Essence cover. She was doing an Essence cover test, and that is
that's
Tracy's
the
story.
story.
So watch it next
Watch
week.
it.
Well, if
All
I
right.
had known Patty LaPone was going to sing last night, I would have watched.
She
That's
performed. She was good.
That's a singing diva.
Oh,
Right
she's
there.
good. But we're wasting too much time. For the
Okay,
sake of
so
time.
we're going on, moving on. So we're going to announce the winners of the Swerve Model Contest.
And who
we've got
are
2
they?
winners. So we got Rick Rude won the male presenting. Do we have Rick's image? Da-da.
Oh, you know what?
And he's from DC. He won by a landslide. And Rick really pushed it.
Who were the judges? I don't understand.
The people voted.
The
voters.
people voted. Were
Yes.
people voting? I don't understand. But I think the Russians were in charge.
They went online and voted.
This was
and
a
he's
lot of
from
shade
DC.
here.
So he's the male feature, and then the female feature is Shelley Cooper.
And
Shelley
I
Cooper.
could have
She's
sworn
from
I
North
saw them
Carolina.
at your house having tea. See,
Who,
the
Rick?
Russians, you and Putin and Donald Trump are all having Russian.
He'll be, but
Russian tea.
Rick, we'll be shooting. So your day's going to coordinate the shoot. So look out for that, y'all.
Congratulations
Okay.
to
All right.
both of them. It would be nice if we could one day have them both on the show.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
He was my
Rick's
choice.
gonna sit right here.
Okay, you see, he's
I
very
like
friendly
Rick.
with Rick already.
There you go. No, I've only met him once in passing.
He's
Okay.
beautiful.
Is that what they say?
Yes.
So I think we're going into our music spotlight.
Our musical spotlight. So is an artist. I think they're familiar. They're part of the whole Slay TV group. I think those guys did this video, and it's from Ash B. That's B. Period. That's the artist.
And remember, everyone
And the-
on Facebook Live, like and share.
Okay, and the song is called "You Are." Hit it and mute our mics.
Tell me how you feel when you're done. Tell me what you've been through. I know that you might have a long story. You might been through a lot of shit before me. Have faith, I'm here to restore your glory. Don't you dare try to put me in your ex's category. I'm always gonna be near SWV and Mike Jack, cause I'm there. So trust me, you had no worries or no fears. Have a relationship just as good as it appears. You know my name crushing, you like the way I bone. Get it poppin' in these streets, so you know my name is known. They don't want beef, cause they know I get it on. Protecting everything that I love and that I own.
I don't fuck with nobody unless it's you. And if the world came crashing down, I'll come save you. Find a sacred spot where we will rendezvous. I knew that this was love ever since that I met you. Baby, you are the truth. Don't know who you are, but baby, I feel the shoe. And wherever you go, baby, I'll follow you.
Whatever it is you want now, darling, I give it to you cause your heart I'm guarding. So make sure you on war before you start calling. Most people walking these streets, they are not balling. Babe, you know I go Rambo. See, I am your wifey, but to them I'm the man though. Most of them know I can commando. Stay humble so they can't figure out exactly who I am though. I'm always going to treat you fairly, cause this love we got here ain't temporary. So there's no need to argue, it's unnecessary. I'ma be the best you ever had, let's speak it clearly. Dive deeper into you, immerse me. Prove my love so you know that I'm worthy. I'm here for the long haul of your journey. When you on my back, baby, Jersey.
I don't fuck with nobody unless it's you. And if the world came crashing down, I'll come save you. Find a sacred spot where we will rendezvous. I knew that this was love ever since that I met you. Baby, you are the truth. Don't know who you are, but baby, I feel the shoe. And wherever you go, baby, I'll follow you. Cause baby, you are the truth. Baby, you are.
Bam! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our theme for tonight is laughter is the best medicine. You just saw the wonderful Duke of Comedy earlier, Anthony Oakes. Now you're going to see the Duchess of Comedy. Put your hands together for the one, the only, Miss Chocolate White.
Hello. Hello, everybody out there in Radio Land. How's that? So, you know, for the last couple of years, I've been this old woman to some people. I've been looking for love in all the wrong places, I guess. You know, I've been trying to find somebody. I get dressed at home. I get all cute, put my little sexy stuff on, you know, and I cut to strutting to the club. I sit at the bar, and somebody goes, "Excuse me, ma'am, anybody sitting here?" Ma'am, that is not what I came out to be tonight. I came out to get some. Okay, and I'm not getting any. You know, they smell like Similac, but do I smell like Geritol? What, you know, because I'm like, what? And then so we had all these prides. Everybody pride. Anthony told y'all, everybody had a pride. Miss Racine had me out there with them. So I'm like, I know I'm going to find somebody now. You know, it's pride. Everybody gay. Everybody and their mama gay. You know, people that ain't gay today was gay in June. Okay, and they flags everywhere. I'm gonna get me somebody now, you know. Not, I guess they weren't gay enough, you know, to cross over to the senior citizen club, you know. I'm not going around with a little fanny pack on and a little walking stuff. I got one, you know, in the trunk of my car, but I try not to bring it out, you know, to scare people and stuff, you know, so I try to walk in with my heels on and quickly sit down, you know, and have somebody come over and cross my leg, you know, for me, so I can sit there and look cute. But I still get, "Excuse me, ma'am, anybody sitting here? Yeah, you can sit here if you want, but I feel, can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you? I don't get that anymore. What happened to my cuteness? I'm still cute, but I guess I'm just old and cute now. It's a difference between sexy and cute at 20, 25. And then you just like that cute little old lady that they just, pat on the head and the ushers take you down to the front seat and stuff. They know where I sit at and stuff. I have gone into that little category, But now, if I don't hurry up and find somebody real soon, and I ain't gonna stay here long and tell you, but I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna go back to when I was 20. I'm gonna get me a gay boy. Okay? That's my time. My name is Miss Chocolate White. Thank you.
All right, Miss Chocolate White. So come on down and take a sit on the throne. So we're going to be talking to the Dutch and the Duchess of Comedy. The Duke and the Duchess of Comedy.
Can you turn the camera around?
All right, so we're going to be talking to them soon. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. Look at that. All is set up. Somebody's being fired.
Testing. All right. Yeah, it is. That one was kind of crooked. So this one's straight. You see it? So we need another microphone.
How come the gay people get the crooked camera?
We're having a fun night tonight. so Racine.
Yeah.
You want to engage our guests here?
I sure can. As soon as we get them on a
camera?
screen or camera or something.
It's all about
so
comedy
I can see
tonight.
them. There we go.
Can we bring them up equal?
They don't have to be equal.
Yeah, we don't want to give them a postage stamp.
Keep them small.
Our paychecks.
The shade
our
of it.
paychecks on equal.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Give them some equal time.
And can you move us close? We're directing tonight, y'all. There you go.
We doing everything, but it's all good.
There you go.
It keeps us on our toes.
All right.
They need a little bit more light because Chocolate looks a little more chocolate
Extra
than she normally
chocolate.
does. They look like a pack of M&Ms over there.
Melanin is popping. The melanin is popping.
There you go.
There it is.
I need some light. Give me some
There
light,
it is.
y'all.
There we
good.
go.
Look at that. That happened right.
Let that be the reason why. I
Love
ain't
it.
get no
Love
light.
it. Okay, there we go. That's better.
There we go.
Beyonce said the brown girls.
Well, long as our light is right. Our light is right tonight, honey, because I'm sitting.
Ah, there you go. Oh, we didn't even talk about Lion King. I forgot about that.
Well, that's all right. Everybody that saw
I
it.
haven't seen it yet.
I heard it's great.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Tell us about our guest, Racine.
So are we there? We all ready? It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
All this stuff is throwing me off, but I'm trying to work
Y'all
with
got
it.
microphone?
There we go.
Working?
The light is so much better. Whatever you did, you gave them let it be light. So
Am I light skinned now?
No, you're not light skinned. You just beautiful. And so tell us how do both of you, Anthony and Chocolate, jump in whenever you can. Tell us about how did comedy come into your
Anthony
life?
needs a microphone.
Anthony doesn't have a microphone.
Yes.
All this time.
Baby,
Are we
DZ.
sharing?
Share. Can we
You
share?
are the lucky I know Jesus, honey.
Fun times at WLVS Radio Radio tonight.
Okay, so y'all just share one mic until we get the other mic up.
Come
As
on,
you can
come
see,
on,
we're
tell us,
experiencing
tell us.
technical. So, Anthony, how did you come into comedy?
So people just literally kept telling me I was funny, and then this young lady, this gentleman gave me a name of a person. I kind of discarded the name, didn't think about it again. Next person did the same thing, turned me on to this workshop, took the workshop, boom, graduated from the workshop. One of the mentors from the workshop gave me a name of the person. It was the same name as the first person gave me all that long
Lord,
time
that's
ago.
a lot. Can you speak in the mic?
It is a lot. So then I went to meet this guy. His name is Alex Starr.
I've heard of Alex Starr.
At a bar, and he was.
You're meeting men at bars.
At the time.
Alex
and,
is straight, isn't he? I mean,
yeah.
he's a heterosexual.
Okay, that's how it all starts. A few
Yeah.
cocktails later.
But I didn't know that he was like, "Yo, are you ready?" I'm thinking he's thinking like in general. Yeah, I'm ready. Get on these stages. But then he was like, "Okay, come on." And then he went behind this like curtain and pulled it back, and it was like 75 people in this room. And he was like, "I'm gonna put you up." And then I went up, killed, and it was 4.5 years ago.
Wow. So there are a lot of other things going on in your life. You talked about new chapters. I think you said you had a special announcement tonight.
I do have a special announcement.
What is it? Would you like to share it with our studio audience?
Yes.
Is my ring finger ready? Let me see.
Dun, 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 dun.
They want us to get married so bad. So bad.
I
So
want to be a
bad.
bridesmaid.
Oh, okay. Well, don't do that in the wedding. Oh, my God. We're going to get married on the beach.
Skin is skin, baby.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that's a more personal announcement. We'll talk about that, at a later date. But I do have an announcement. I'm going to LA. I'm going to LA for a month.
All right, speaking of Max,
I'm going to LA for a month. Get my feet wet, hit those streets, see what pops off.
All right.
so you know what that means.
When you go to Hollywood and
What does that
Vine,
mean?
Tony, what does
ask
that
for
mean?
Rupert.
Then
Tell
we
him
got
Candy
a field
sent you.
trip.
No. What does that mean when you make announcements like that on this show? What's that mean?
35%.
We get 35%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So is that?
I think it's wonderful. Go out
Right.
there.
First
I can
money.
see it, meeting with some agents, connecting with folks, doing the work. And I think, I'm claiming it in 2020. There's so many great things coming for everybody.
Watch
can
out.
touch and agree.
Watch out for the
Touch and
casting
agree.
couch.
Yeah, so that's all right. I'll sleep with everybody who you want. If it's gonna get us any kind of parts. So I'm claiming it for you in 2020. And
Good
you
luck,
also
man.
mentioned,
Go for it. It's gonna be fun.
yeah. So when are you leaving to LA?
I leave the 8th of August.
All right. Okay. Good. So good.
We'll be watching.
We'll be
Right.
watching and sending up prayers.
Because we can come out. You can send for us once you blow up.
Oh, most definitely. Well, I'm sending for Kevin first. That's first and foremost.
No, we're coming.
All
We're gonna
right,
carry
send for the
something.
husband,
We're gonna
honey.
carry something.
Send for the husbands, and then you send
Yes,
for the primates later.
Yes.
So, Chocolate White, Miss Beverly, tell us how did comedy come into your life?
Well, I always wanted to be a comedian ever since I was born. I mean, I was looking at Ed Sullivan and Mom's Mabley. And
Ed Sullivan.
I wanted to be Lucy, and I wanted to do all of that, But, coming from this bourgeois family, it was like, get an education, don't make a fool of yourself. So at 50, I was like, okay, I'm either going to start, making people laugh or...
Tricking.
Right. Before
One
they
or the
started
other.
laughing at me. So I just took control. And
I like
I
that
did
one.
have supportive people in D.C. Everybody did just open their doors and said, here's a mic. Here's a mic. Here's a mic. And, just went out there and kept doing it. Because like you say, people will say you're funny your whole life. And you can't make stuff up. It's just what happens to you, in the way you tell it. So I enjoy it. It's my passion,
And you know what's so amazing about the two of you? I think that a lot of times people don't understand that most comedians come from as funny as they are, they come from sometimes a place of a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I
Very
talk
much.
to you and Anthony and so many other comedians, and you tell me stories, and you remind me almost similar of the path of like Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Some of the things that y'all gone through.
that was like all pain.
I mean, when I talk about my childhood or foster care or, Big Mama or something like that or just abuse sexually and mental and physical, you have to put like a twist on it. But you're really not changing the story. I think it's the way you tell it, and it helps people sometimes to know that you endured the same thing, So now if I'm not making people laugh, then I talk about domestic violence and intimate partner violence and just put that in a way that makes people comfortable enough,
I think that, as I'm sure she knows, when you're dealing with those type of subjects, because I'm a recovering addict. So, when you're dealing, you have to find the funny in it. Mm-hmm. Those jokes have to be well written. Those are just not jokes that you throw out there. Just like when I first started doing comedy, I didn't tell a whole lot of gay jokes because I didn't want to be known as the gay comedian off the gay. I wanted people to know, oh, he's funny, and then boom, I'm gay. So I didn't talk about that a lot at first because I wanted the jokes to be well written and kind of reminiscent on myself. So
yeah. It's true too, but sometimes I get to the point where, and the people that taught me, is like you just know your audience, So, I can go from Raunch Blue to now Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
What is Raunch Blue?
Yeah, Raunch Blue.
Raunch Blue?
And then I have at 4:00, and on a third Sunday, now I have to do Spiritual Pink. And now talk to these people and make them laugh, and it's not the same thing. Yeah, I do a lot of church performances, and they'll ask me. And actually, I started when I stopped and I went back out. I built my audience around. They call it Christian comedy, but it's no different. It's just you're not cursing. It's really the same thing.
Speaking in tongues.
And Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby said at one time, some people just drop the cursing or each word, and they think that's funny. And that could be funny for some audiences, but you don't have to be funny. You should still be funny without having to curse.
Isn't Richie Smiley, isn't he a Christian?
No, Ricky Smiley. No, he's
done
Christian comedy, but he cusses
so it's
too.
just, but he curses too. So it's your audience, It's your audience. I mean, I've done an 8:00 show, and they're falling on the floor, and then you do that same joke at 11:00, and it's crickets. So.
I wouldn't tell the Jesus is a joke at a church.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Because they will beat you.
They will be right.
They will crucify you.
Maybe at a gay church.
Yeah.
I wish y'all stopped saying gay church. You mean affirming
But it's not right, because
church.
Jesus is the light of my life, and I've
there's
been
some gay
washed in the
churches.
blood of the Lamb. No.
I would.
Yeah, there's some gay churches, but that's a whole other story.
I'm just saying. I have no.
So look, you talked about other comedians. We were all supposed to pick a comedian that inspires
Well, I got some
us.
images of a couple of comedians.
And who are those?
Who do we have? Can
do
we
we
show
have?
those, Deezy? Maybe flash one. I think we mentioned a couple. The one
Richard
and only.
Oh, yeah,
We
Richard
spoke
Pryor.
about Richard Pryor.
The great.
The great
That
Richard
great
Pryor.
man. That guy was so phenomenal.
And you talk about funny, but
And he's
the
a great
power
actor.
of him being so funny is people don't realize, if those who don't, Paul Mooney did all of his writing.
a lot of them.
Paul
A lot of
Mooney
them.
is
A lot of
a
them.
brilliant,
Yeah, he did a lot of
brilliant.
writing.
Who I've met on more than
Yeah.
one occasion. Yes.
He
yes.
is brilliant.
He's a nice guy.
I met him once.
And who are some of the other
he
ones?
He told me I was funny, and that made me.
Like with Richard Pryor.
This was
Come on, speak into the mic. What you think?
Oh,
So Richard Pryor, again, with his sexuality, he talked about his sexuality all the time, but they don't consider him a gay comedian. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
Right.
he was
free.
fluid. He
You know,
talked about he got turned out by a transsexual.
Well, he
grew up in that brothel. Remember?
and according to
Quincy
Quincy
Jones.
Jones, he had affairs with Marlon
Marlon
Brando.
Brando. And
So
Marlon
he-
Brando's people didn't deny it. They said Marlon Brando was bisexual, so he probably
Well,
did.
he was open about it.
Yeah, so this was right.
I bet that was-
I do believe Richard Pryor was Jamil's pick. So the next
Next, go ahead.
is
Do we have Flip Wilson?
Flip Wilson.
And what?
And that was
Geraldine?
Tony Nelson's pick. I wonder why.
Well, I absolutely love Geraldine. I love Geraldine, and Miss What the Fuck is a little bit of a Geraldine and a little bit of Noxzema Jackson and a lot of Xavier Bloomingdale,
Jackson.
all rolled up into one character. So yeah,
I think it's
I love Geraldine, and I actually at one point Reggie Ray from Howard University, all my costumes were. He would design all my costumes. Alley Cat would make the costumes look like Geraldine's costumes.
Oh,
when I
wow.
first started.
well, Tony, you know
Wow.
what? I wanted to share with you because I love Geraldine. My favorite joke or skit that she did on her show when I used to lay on the floor and watch was, and I used it on a white guy at work, one of my bosses, was when she was just flirting around and something fell and somebody looked at her and said, pick that up. And Miss Thing went, oh, baby, I don't been down to pick nothing up unless they're my jewels. And it was actually said to me at work one day. Somebody put something down and said, picked it up. And I went right into Geraldine.
Right into Geraldine.
And walked right out and went, oh, no, I don't been down to pick up nothing but my jewels.
And the character was groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
definitely. Yeah.
So who's our next
And it was
comedian?
funny in both as Flip Wilson and Geraldine.
Right.
The incredible.
one and
This was
only.
my choice.
yeah.
But we got two images of Mom's
Mom's Mabel.
Mabley. I think we have one more of Mom's
And what's the
Mabley.
other one of Mom's Mabel?
Look at that.
Butch,
God, yeah.
open.
Mom's
What I
Mabley
loved
used to
about
wear
her,
those
she
big
was such a
clothes.
dual character.
Really?
She was
I've never
Mom's
seen
Mabel,
that
but an
picture.
open
Oh,
lesbian.
yeah.
She was
Oh,
Butch.
yeah.
And I recommend, this was my choice, I recommend you watch the documentary that Whoopi Goldberg produced on
Yeah, it
her
was
life.
great.
It's very
On
incredible.
HBO.
And she was very openly about being a very butch lesbian. And when she would come to the Howard Theater, next door to the Howard Theater, there was a home that they used to have parties for the gays and lesbians, and she would invite everybody over afterwards
Well,
and
she
have the
lived
after
in
parties
D.C., right?
there.
Didn't she live in D.C.?
Well, she kind of did make it her second home, but my second choice was when we had a meeting, I said Tony Nelson, because Tony Nelson to me is so
That's
incredibly
him,
funny. That's my co-host, my buddy, my partner in crime. But what I love about Tony Nelson, his impersonation of a man impersonating a drag queen with a full beard. And
Yeah, you've pioneered
20,
that, Tony.
25 years ago, Tony was doing this and when nobody else doing it. And all of a sudden, it's everywhere. So they all stole from him.
So royalties.
They all stole from him.
Royalties need to come their way.
That means
They all stole from you.
that means a lot. That
Even-
really
even-
does.
Even when you do a cartwheel, Tony.
We won't be doing. I've retired that for the rest
Baby,
of my
that
life.
cartwheel was priceless. So thinking about going back in, to our wonderful guests tonight in comedy, and we talk about why it is so thick. I watch people every time you perform. Both of you can weave in comedy and then hit them with something positive and make them think, and then leave them there where they'll come back to you afterwards and ask you questions about that. So, do you know what you're doing? Do you know the power that you're doing? And do you see it changing lives?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I see it. I see it visibly as I'm performing. I see people's gears churning in their head. It's intoxicating.
Because what you're saying from the first time I saw you is very smart. It's very, very smart. It reminds me a bit of Richard Pryor, because what made Richard Pryor so funny was because he just wasn't going for the cheap laugh.
Social commentary.
It was very well thought out, and every word you hold on to till you get to the end. And you're trying to guess what the end is, but it's never quite what you think it's going to be. And I give you your props for that. I always thought you were hilarious.
That, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's important. And speaking about changing lives, that I just got informed today that the open nomination for the Best of Gay DC, and please, for everybody listening, please go. Tomorrow is the open nomination, and please nominate the Ask Racine Show. I asked that I've won
Is this on
Blessed Clergy.
Pride? Is this
It's sponsored by the Washington Blade, but tonight they just called me and told me that the open nomination is going in, and I've been nominated in a couple categories, but you have to vote. You have to vote in the categories, so please vote for the Ask Racine Show. I would love to win for the show. I've received many awards, but the open nomination, but it's tomorrow, so please go to the Best of Gay DC.
And that'll up your fee.
Yes, it will. Yes. So, speaking of fees, let me tell you, when people call you as comedians, and it's so people feel like, because you're funny, they try to play funny games with you.
Oh, well.
Can you share some of that stuff?
Well,
People don't see that kind of stuff.
Are you funny
what
at the
what they'll
negotiating
do
table?
is, well, if some people, and nobody's more harsh than my family when they first found out I was doing comedy, because they go, "You're not funny, I'm funny," or they'll stand there and look at you and go, "Well, make me laugh," like you're telling jokes, and like I say, most of the time we're not telling jokes, we're just telling about life and our commentary on it or our perspective on it, and but. I don't get too many people that play jokes on me, because by then I'll turn into a drag queen. They raised me, so and I'll cut them, and they won't know they bleed until they get home.
Oh.
She's vicious.
Ooh, funny and vicious.
Funny and vicious. How about you, Anthony?
Yeah. But I want to tell you about my future plans later.
Your future plans? Well, you
Well,
got
we
about
we got
2 minutes.
We got 2
Okay,
minutes.
well, can I plug my upcoming shows?
Yeah.
That's what I was just about to say.
You were going to LA for a month.
Oh, well, yeah, but I got shows coming up before that.
Okay.
Plug it, baby.
So tomorrow, I have pictures as well. I don't know if...
I don't know. Do we have them?
DZ?
Well, okay, so while that happens, I have the Airedale. I'm at Airedale tomorrow at 8
What's
o'clock.
That's in Washington? Because we got
That's a
some people
show,
in Washington, D.C.
In Washington, D.C.
I love the name of
14,
that. That sounds like a
Airedale.
country bar.
It kind of is a country bar. They have like
sounds
hardwood
like-
floors and
I love it.
Where is this in D.C.?
It's in Columbia Heights.
Okay.
Right across the street from the Pinch. And then Friday, I am on Bliss FM radio at 7 o'clock, and then I'm at Comedy Club DC at formerly Heaven or Hell in Adams Morgan. Saturday, I'm at Dwell with Paris Sachet for Higher Learning, her, Rollo Boykins. And then on the 12th, I'm at Black and Brown.
And this is all in DC? All in DC?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I go to LA and I come back and I'm at the Silver Spring Civic Center on October the 12th for Black and Brown, a celebration of melanin.
And tell people how they can follow you.
I was just going to say,
Anthony Oaks, comedian.
Okay, Chocolate, you got about 30 seconds.
Okay, well, coming up, I'm doing Story District on August 1st at Anacostia Arts Center. August 18th, I'll be doing an LBGTQ festival and comedians. I've forgotten where that was. I got 30 seconds, so I can't remember that.
But it can go to your website,
So
right?
then August 18th, I have that. Coming up in September, I have a very well-written play by Pamela Jafari that will be performing on my birthday, September the 22nd. That will be September the 23rd. I will be with Miss Racine. But October the 1st through the 15th, I will be in Richmond, Virginia, and Fredericksburg.
All right, the girls, they're traveling on the circuit.
And where can they follow you?
Oh, they can follow me at Beverly White on Facebook and Chocolate BMW on Instagram.
All right.
All right, so everyone who has seen tonight's show, please like and share. We'd like to leave you with light and love. And do we have a few words to close out?
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Peace, dudes. Check out check out the July and August issue, y'all. Give us your thoughts. All right. We'll see you. See you next week. Deuces.
Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh.